Welcome to the Deep Dive. I'm so glad you are here with us today.
Absolutely. It's great to be here.
Yeah, and seriously, how is your day going? I really hope you are, able to just kick back right now, maybe with a good cup of coffee or something.
Oh, highly recommended.
Because we're going on a totally fascinating journey today. We're unpacking this incredible stack of material. We've got everything from the nuances of Parisian cafe culture and intimate art spaces, all the way to the 2026 theater scene.
Right, and the nightlife. I mean, a wildly diverse nightlife that bridges like 19th century cabarets with literally 6 a.m. techno clubs on river barges.
It is a massive, colorful spectrum, and really what we're doing here is mapping out the psychology of a city.
Exactly.
So that is our mission today, uncovering the secret rhythm of Paris. Like, how do you experience this city not as a rushed tourist, but as someone who genuinely understands the Parisian art of navigating time?
Which is an art form in itself, really.
It really is. Now, before we jump in, let's just set some quick ground rules. Today's journey is strictly about culture, history, and the art of living. We are leaving all politics completely at the door.
Completely. None of that today.
Right. We are just looking at the cultural pulse of the streets. So I want you, yes, you listening right now, to imagine stepping out of your daily grind.
Leave the emails behind.
Yes, forget the to-do list. Imagine stepping into a society where simply sitting in a chair and observing the world is considered a highly productive, culturally respected activity.
Which is wild to think about when you consider how we normally take vacations.
Oh, for sure. When you think about taking a vacation, there's usually this underlying sense of, panic.
Oh yeah, the itinerary-induced anxiety.
Right. You know the feeling. You've got the spreadsheet, the color-coded checklist, the desperate need to maximize every single minute.
We optimize our downtime so aggressively that we forget how to actually exist in the space.
You're scheduled to hit the Eiffel Tower at 9 a.m., sprint to the Louvre by 11, scarf down a croissant while briskly walking to the next monument.
It's like we treat leisure time as a high-stakes, extreme sport. Mentally, we are already checking our watch to see if we'll make the dinner reservation.
But then you look at Paris, and suddenly that whole concept of a high-speed, hyper-optimized schedule just evaporates. You realize you've been playing the wrong game entirely.
You really have to recalibrate.
Yeah, exactly. Experiencing Paris requires a complete recalibration of how you perceive time.
Let's unpack this by starting in the morning. There's this foundational concept in Parisian cafe culture called refaire le monde.
Refaire le monde, yeah, remaking the world.
Right.
It is a beautiful phrase, and it really captures the entire philosophy of what is happening at those tiny round tables that spill out onto the sidewalks.
This was the part that absolutely fascinated me in our sources. If you walk into a cafe and order au comptoir, meaning standing at the counter, it's a fast, transactional experience.
You get your espresso, you drink it, you leave. Right. But if you choose to sit on terrace, on the outdoor terrace facing the street, you're making a deliberate choice to shift gears entirely. You pay a premium for the seat, yes, but you are actually paying for the suspension of time.
And this is where so many visitors experience severe culture shock.
Because of the waiters.
Oh, absolutely. If you sit on terrace, the waiter will intentionally never rush you. They will not bring the bill until you explicitly flag them down and ask for it.
Which, to an outsider, particularly an American used to servers trying to flip tables every 45 minutes, feels like horrendous service.
They sit there thinking they've been ignored.
Right. I was trying to figure out how to explain the feeling of sitting on terrace, and here's the analogy I landed on. Buying a coffee on a Parisian terrace is essentially like purchasing a cheap, all-day ticket to an immersive theater production.
Oh, I like that.
The city streets are the stage, the people walking by are the actors, and you have front row seats. You're allowed to just sit there for 3 hours, watch the show, maybe wrapped in one of those little blankets they provide in the winter.
That is the perfect way to look at it. Because in French cafe philosophy, ignoring you is actually a profound mark of respect.
Wait, really? Respect?
Yes. They are giving you the gift of uninterrupted time. To rush you, or to just drop the check on your table unprompted, would be considered incredibly rude.
Wow, that flips the whole hospitality script.
It does. It's a ritualized gathering for the sake of observation. It's very similar to the Italian passeggiata, where the act of seeing and being seen is the glue of the community. You participate in the life of the city simply by observing it.
And this deliberate slowness, this preference for deep observation over rapid consumption, it maps perfectly onto how the city engages with art.
Oh, absolutely it does.
When most people think of museums in Paris, their brain instantly goes to the Louvre. They think of battling tens of thousands of people, getting elbowed in the ribs, just to catch a 3-second, heavily glazed glimpse of the Mona Lisa through a sea of smartphones.
Which is a recipe for complete sensory exhaustion.
Oh, totally.
The true Parisian pace is found in the city's smaller, thoughtfully curated spaces. If you want to understand the rhythm of the city, you skip the mega museums.
Right, you look at places like the Cluny Museum.
Exactly, which is dedicated entirely to the Middle Ages, or the Musée Mail. The key operating principle here is manageability.
So instead of a space that takes 4 days to walk through, you have a space you can deeply absorb in an hour and a half.
Precisely. You don't leave feeling defeated by all the things you didn't see.
That makes so much sense.
Take the Musée Zadkine, for example. It is tucked away near the Luxembourg Gardens in the 6th arrondissement, dedicated to the Russian-born sculptor Osip Zadkine.
There was that quote from him in the materials, written shortly before he died. He says, "But it is in any case very beautiful to end your life with a chisel and mallet in your hands."
It gives me chills.
Right, it's such a raw declaration of dedication to the craft. It changes how you view his work when you walk through his former home and studio.
And when you visit his museum, you aren't just ticking a box on a sightseeing list. You are lingering in a quiet space, connecting with that specific philosophy of craft.
Yeah.
Then you might take a slow stroll through the Luxembourg Gardens right after, finding a green metal chair and just people watching.
The transition from the cafe terrace to these small museums is seamless. Both require you to engage deeply with your immediate surroundings. You manage your sensory input rather than letting the city overwhelm you.
Exactly. It's all about pacing.
So we've navigated the morning and the afternoon. We've slowed our pulse. We've engaged with intimate art. But as the sun goes down, that informal theater of the street transitions into structured indoor performances.
And the 2026 theater scene is phenomenal.
It really is. It isn't just a side dish to Parisian life. It's a massive cultural pillar.
The evening spectacle is where the city really flexes its artistic muscles. It is a seamless progression from casual observation to refined performance.
You have the undeniable elegance of the Opera Garnier with its grand marble staircases and the historic Odeon. But what really caught my attention is the thriving private theater scene. Like Yasmina Reza's comedy RT is running at Theater Montparnasse.
That's a great play.
And Molière's The Bourgeois Gentleman is staged as this massive, spectacular comedy ballet at the Comédie Française.
And these aren't just things you pop into for an hour.
No, attending a play here is a holistic event. You have a pre-theater dinner, you watch the performance, and then you dissect the themes of the play over drinks late into the night. It's intellectual nourishment.
It treats art as the centerpiece of socializing rather than just passive entertainment. But, we cannot discuss Parisian evening spectacles without addressing the absolute behemoth in the room.
Right, the Moulin Rouge.
The Moulin Rouge.
Okay, I actually have to push back here a little bit.
For it?
Yes. It opened back in 1889 by Euler and Zidler. Yes, it's the birthplace of the French can-can. But I think the question everyone asks themselves is, in 2026, is the Moulin Rouge just a giant, outdated tourist trap?
I hear that a lot.
I mean, is there actual, rigorous, artistic weight behind all those rhinestones and feathers? Or is it just an assembly line for vacationers?
I completely understand the skepticism, but the sheer scale of the operation completely transcends the idea of a simple tourist trap.
Really?
Oh, yeah. What they are doing is preserving a highly specific, very demanding 19th century art form, and they do it with a budget, a rigor, and a logistical footprint that rivals the largest Broadway productions on Earth. It's an entire ecosystem.
Okay, break that ecosystem down for me, because it's hard to visualize what sets it apart from, say, a standard Vegas review.
Let's look at the mechanics of the current show, Ferry. It took 2 years and 8 million euros to create.
Wow, 8 million.
8 million euros. It spans 4 main scenes. And to give you an idea of the staging, one of those scenes features a giant 40-ton aquarium where a performer actually swims with live pythons.
Wait, I'm sorry. A 40-ton aquarium on stage with live pythons?
Live pythons, yes.
That is an absurd level of engineering just for one sequence.
It is. And the performers executing these sequences, the 60 Doris girls named after Miss Doris, who formed the modern troupe in 1957, They are not just dancers. They are elite, high-performance athletes.
I can imagine.
They are recruited globally from London to Sydney. They must have a classical ballet background to even audition. And the physical standards are draconian.
Like height requirements and things.
Exactly. Strict height requirements of at least 1.75 meters for the women. And their physical conditioning is monitored so closely that a weight fluctuation of just plus or minus 2 kilos is strictly controlled.
Plus or minus 2 kilos. Man, that is intense.
They train daily in the venue's own fitness facilities, on top of performing 2 grueling, high-energy shows a night, 365 days a year.
So it isn't just smiling and kicking. It is an incredible feat of endurance.
Absolutely.
But what about the production value? A show like that requires an army of artisans.
It does, and this is where it ties back to preserving French culture. The show uses 1,000 costumes made of feathers, rhinestones, and sequins.
Wow.
And they do not bulk order these from overseas factories. They utilize legendary historic Parisian workshops to ensure the survival of these traditional crafts.
Oh, that's amazing.
Right. The feathers are designed by Maison Février. The 800 pairs of custom shoes are handmade by Maison Clairvoy.
That's a lot of shoes.
And the venue itself hosts 600,000 spectators a year, served by a brigade of 120 waiters, which is the largest restaurant brigade in France.
Incredible.
And get this, they pour 240,000 bottles of champagne annually.
Meaning they are the world's largest off-retail consumer of champagne. That is staggering.
It's massive.
But, I think to really understand why it's still so culturally revered, you have to look at its socioeconomic roots.
Oh, definitely.
The French can-can was not invented by elite, classically trained ballerinas. In the 19th century, the original dancers were washerwomen, linen maids, and seamstresses.
Right, working class.
Yeah, they worked grueling, invisible manual labor jobs during the day. But at night, they went to the Moulin Rouge, let loose, and became superstars.
It was a complete socioeconomic flip. Working class women reclaiming their bodies, their autonomy, and their joy in a wildly public, boisterous way.
There were dancers with these amazing, highly suggestive stage names, like Nini passe en l'air, which translates to leg in the air, or La Goulou, the glutton.
Iconic names.
And La Goulou was so famous and so unapologetic about her status that in 1890, when the Prince of Wales was sitting in the audience, she literally yelled from the stage, "Hey Wales, the champagne's on you."
I love that story so much.
It was punk rock before punk rock existed.
That defiance, that sheer spectacle, is what the venue is still trying to capture. However, if feathers and pythons aren't quite the artistic vibe you're looking for, the city has evolved.
Right, there are alternatives.
Exactly. The Lido has pivoted away from the traditional cabaret model to focus heavily on contemporary dance and circus arts.
Okay, cool.
And the Crazy Horse offers a much more minimalist, avant-garde experience, focusing heavily on intricate lighting design and modern choreography. Which makes sense when you consider David Lynch is reportedly a huge fan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the spectacle truly takes many forms. But what happens when the final curtain falls?
The night is just beginning.
Right. When the structured theater runs and the cabarets empty out around 1 a.m., if you think Parisians are heading home to sleep after a full day of cafes, art, and theater, you are vastly underestimating their endurance.
Vastly. This is when we transition into the deep night.
Yeah.
The timeline of Parisian nightlife is fascinating because it is so delayed compared to American or British cultures. If you show up at a Parisian club at 11 p.m., you will be the only person there making awkward eye contact with the bouncer.
The mechanics of a Parisian night out require pacing. Dinner happens between 7 and 9 p.m. From 9 to 11, you are having an aperitif at a neighborhood bar. Then you might migrate to a standing wine bar.
Exactly.
The clubs don't even begin to hit their peak energy until 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. Why the massive delay?
It's the psychology of anticipation. Pre-gaming and socializing are essential parts of the culture. The night is something you build toward.
It's an event.
Yes. And this dedication to conquering the night reaches its absolute zenith during an event in June 2026 called Nuit Blanche, or White Night.
I am obsessed with this concept from our sources. From sunset to sunrise, the entire city transforms into a blur of projections, live performances, and pop-up art installations.
It's magic.
The museums throw their doors open, many of them completely free of charge. It is this beautiful citywide declaration that culture does not have a bedtime.
It reinforces the idea that art belongs to the shadows and the early hours just as much as it belongs to the daytime. And this exact ethos bleeds directly into the 2026 clubbing scene.
Particularly in the 11th arrondissement, right?
Yes, around Bastille and République, which has become the beating heart of electronic music.
Let's talk about some of the venues defining that scene, because it is intense. You've got the Rex Club, which has been a techno institution since 1981.
It's a real classic.
They boast a custom-built sound system that audiophiles consider one of the best in Europe. The crowd there isn't showing up to pose for social media photos. They are there strictly for the immersive audio experience.
And entry is relatively accessible, usually between 12 and 20 euros.
Yeah. Then you have Wanderlust, which operates on 3 floors with a massive rooftop terrace overlooking the Seine.
Gorgeous venue. But the venue that truly pushes the boundaries of the Parisian internal clock is Concrete.
Oh, Concrete.
This is the club that essentially invented the modern afterculture in Paris. It operates on a converted, multi-level barge moored on the Seine.
On a barge.
On a barge. And on weekends, it opens its doors at 6 a.m. on Sunday morning.
6 a.m. Think about that.
Okay.
While a portion of the city is just waking up, putting on a coat to walk down to the corner bakery for a fresh baguette, another entirely different segment of the population is just starting their night out.
Descending onto a techno barge on the river.
Exactly.
It forces us to ask a larger question. What is the psychological thread connecting these wildly divergent evening experiences?
Yeah.
You have a 215 euro seated dinner with vintage champagne at the Moulin Rouge on one end of the spectrum, and a crowd sweating and dancing at 6 a.m. on a barge to underground industrial techno on the other.
What unites them? Like, what is the common denominator?
It is a fierce, almost sacred dedication to escapism. Parisians treat the night as a blank canvas, an art form in itself.
I love that.
It is not just about blowing off steam after a tough work week. It is about actively, intentionally constructing an alternate reality for a few hours. The night is a protected space where the rules of the daytime simply do not apply.
So if you want to successfully navigate this alternate reality and dive into the deep night, you need some practical survival gear.
Absolutely.
Here is some rapid-fire advice for handling the 2026 scene. First, the dress code. Smart casual is your default setting. Even for underground clubs, leave the flip-flops and gym wear at the hotel.
Good advice.
Second, if you plan to hit the clubs, do not just show up and stand in a massive queue. Go to the club's Instagram page beforehand and sign up for the guest list.
That is a crucial mechanism for navigating the city efficiently. It often saves you money on the cover charge and lets you bypass the main line. Third, always keep 20 to 30 euros in actual cash on you. While cards are widely accepted, you will need cash for certain entry fees, cloakrooms, or older cash-only neighborhood bars.
Definitely.
Fourth, and do not ignore this one, download an offline map application like City Mapper or Google Maps. The Paris Metro stops running around 1:15 a.m. on weekdays and 2:15 a.m. on weekends.
So important.
Relying on spotty cell service underground or trying to figure out the night bus system at 2:30 a.m. is a guaranteed rookie mistake.
And finally, don't overlook the standing wine bars scattered throughout the city. They offer some of the most incredible value socializing you will find anywhere in Europe.
Oh, the wine bars.
Yeah, excellent glasses of wine, often pouring for as little as 3 euros. It's the perfect bridge between the dinner hour and the deep night.
So when we pull back and look at this entire tapestry, from the deliberate slowness of the morning coffee to the hyperkinetic energy of the 6 a.m. techno barge, what does it all mean? It's a shift in perspective.
Exactly. Mastering Paris isn't about treating the city like an amusement park, where you try to ride as many attractions as possible in a 48-hour window.
It is not a checklist. It is an invitation to completely adjust your internal clock.
Exactly. It's about finding the courage to sit at a cafe terrace and let the waiter leave you alone with your thoughts.
Beautifully said.
It's about absorbing the quiet, focused genius of a small, intimate museum instead of exhausting yourself in a mega gallery. And it's embracing the fact that sometimes the most culturally enriching part of your day doesn't even begin until midnight.
Which leaves us with a final thought to consider.
Okay, let's hear it.
We've talked extensively about how this culture views simply sitting still, lingering over a coffee, and observing humanity as a valuable, deeply enriching act.
Right.
Contrast that with how we normally operate. How much of our own lives, our own potential for joy, do we waste by constantly rushing to the next productive thing?
Oof. But it's hard. We treat stillness like it's a failure of productivity.
Right. Could adopting just a little bit of this Parisian pacing fundamentally change how we view our own hometowns? What if we stopped trying to hyper-optimize our free time and instead focused on actually experiencing the weight of the present moment?
I think we could all benefit from ripping up the vacation spreadsheet. The next time you find yourself with a free afternoon, maybe just buy a coffee, find a terrace, and get a front row ticket to the theater of the street.
Highly recommend it.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive today. We really hope this conversation helps you find your own rhythm, to slow down and observe the world wherever you happen to be right now. Take care of yourselves, enjoy the rest of your day, and we will catch you in the next conversation.